We're still talking to James Marty Lim. He was a member of the Consultative Commission for Charter Change in 2004. So, my question, Marty, is like this, no? There is a plan for a law that you cannot transfer parties 2 years after, or once you've transferred, you cannot run in the next election or something. Is that good enough?
Yeah, if you ask me, una-una, I don't believe it will pass.
Okay.
Number one.
They won't pass it.
They won't pass it, number one. Number two, it is actually against your right to run.
Okay.
See, yan ang problem natin.
Okay.
It's like, if LaSalle kicks you out, Ateneo kicks you out, and there's no other school, but you're a billionaire, put up your own school and graduate there.
Yes, yes,
That's our
yes, yes.
political system.
In short, what you're saying is the party system has become a birthday party.
Yeah.
It's a celebration to self.
And you can actually build your own.
Yes.
And nobody will stop you.
Yes.
See? So, anong reason doon? It's because wala siyang laman.
Okay.
Pera lang. The same way, why do they transfer? Because the congressmen, for example, they need projects for their district. So if you're against the sitting president, or you were not with the sitting president, wala ka na. When in fact, dapat ano yan eh, after election, wala na tayong politics, I will respect your, kumbaga win-win. Supposed to be, imposible naman in the campaign, lahat ng in-advocate ng isang partido pangit. Impossible. The same way, if we leave office, if you win, if we are able to fix this, long-term to eh.
Yes.
Nangyayari ngayon, everything na maganda, sisirain ko just because hindi na tayo magkasama. When dapat, lahat ng maganda na iniwan ng previous, so there's continuity.
Continuity, yes.
If the parties are fixed, you look at any model in the world, no? They don't disturb what is working.
Yes.
You don't reinvent the wheel.
Yes, yes.
In the Philippines, it becomes personal kasi. That's why there's a tendency to reinvent. If I was hurt too much in the last election by your pronouncements, everything that has your name in it, even good projects under your name, I have to erase.
And I'll repaint the entire city with different colors.
Exactly. So and nobody will stop that because there's no balance. Because everybody has a tendency to go into one boat. So absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's the concept.
I'll ask this of you, Martin. No? You have a multi-party system. They say a multi-party system is more favorable to a sitting president rather than when you have a two-party system. Because in a two-party system, you have definitely an identified opponent that is watching you. While in a multi-party system, you become the gravitas for all political forces, and the others become minions because they all start joining the administration party. Unlike before, you're president, but in 2 years' time, there will be another election. If you don't do well, your senators or your congressmen are going to suffer for it.
Isn't that what we call check and balance?
Yes, precisely.
Diba? So,
and yan ang nawala.
Yan ang nawala.
Okay.
So if you ask me, the same way with the Senate political distribution na lang, do you really need to change the Constitution to have senators coming from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao? My proposal then was, you don't have to change the charter. There's nothing in the law, in the Constitution, that allocates the seats. You just have to pass a law and say, 4 for Luzon, 4 for Visayas, 4 for Mindanao. And then you'll have 4.
Okay.
Then you'll have 12 sitting.
Okay.
Then there's no issue.
There's also a proposal to make it 8-8-8.
Then they have to add.
Then that's 24.
Yeah.
The total is still 24.
Yes. If it's 8-8-8 pwede. It's the same because it's split eh. The elections kasi we split it, di ba?
And then there will be representatives from Mindanao. Yes. And then when you have 8 senators from Mindanao, can we imagine Mindanao not becoming progressive?
Yeah.
It's impossible,
Actually,
no? When you have 8 senators, it's already going the fault of the senators, no?
Actually, the 444 is already 8.
Yes, yes.
444 is already 8 in the transition. Number one. Number two, you also have to consider the fact and ako, my proposal was election at large, so that in the future, you will really have consistently good presidents coming from Mindanao, Visayas. Kumbaga, level ang political playing field.
Yes, yes.
Thirdly, going back, before I was actually an advocate of federalism.
Okay. You were, huh? You were?
I was.
Okay, what happened?
But when I went around kasi, I realized during the observation that...
And this was when you were the Liga ng Barangay President, oh?
I realized it cannot work because marami siyang economic failures pa.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Like California, for example, is a very, very old state in the U.S. I think 10 or 12 years ago, it was bankrupt.
Okay.
Imagine
Oo,
a
a state becoming
bigger,
bankrupt.
bigger than the Philippines
Oo.
can go bankrupt.
Okay.
Can you imagine if you divide the Philippines into whether it's 12, 13, 80 states, whatever that you want to do? Right now, the local government code is I think it's one of the best laws really. Unfortunately, hindi lang siya nire-respect in terms of implementation. So, what happens if we just implement the local government code correctly?
Wait, I'll cut you short. You talked about the senators lang, and then we'll go back to your point. In the present proposal, there's talk about 72 senators, or
Yeah, actually, dadami siya sa federal form of government.
will that be more expensive for the Philippines if you have
Yes.
72 senators?
That's why what I'm driving at is I want to show you the base, no? Anong route? Why are we trying to move? If you look at all the arguments, the arguments to shift
Yes.
to any form of government is because of sharing of wealth daw,
Yes, and power, yes.
Power and wealth.
Yes.
But it's really more of wealth than power. Allocation of funds. They keep on using the term Imperial Manila, which I think is a wrong nomenclature,
Yes,
because it's the seat of government.
Oo.
Anywhere you put the seat of government, nobody calls Washington Imperial Washington,
Washington,
just
oo.
because it's the seat of government. So ganun yun, ano? Ang point lang natin is, nung araw, ang away ngayon, today,
Yes.
hindi nung araw, ang away today is 60-40 is not enough between the local and the national.
Okay.
They want to reverse that.
Okay.
Okay lang yun.
Oo.
But the question is, will it be enough? The national says it's not enough, the local says it's not enough. So let's shift to a federal form of government. So ibig sabihin ba, pag nag-divide siya ng 3, magkakasya yung pera?
Okay.
Siyempre hindi.
Oo.
Dinivide mo ng 3 eh.
Oo.
Dati, national, local. Ngayon, magiging national, federal, local.
Oo.
So if it's divided by 3,
3.
but the money didn't grow.
Okay.
It's the same $100 that you're dividing.
Okay.
Diba? You'll increase either you go on debt,
Oo.
palakihin mo yan, at i-divide mo, or saan mo kukunin yung taxes? And sana maging honest din tayo.
They're saying that, you just mentioned taxes, you'll have to pay 2 taxes?
Exactly. As a matter of fact,
One federal, one state.
yes, what they're saying is, maganda ang federal kasi you will determine your future. You will spend your own money that you collect.
We have a right to determine for us the direction that we're going to take.
Yes, because you will be able to spend your own money.
Okay.
But the question is, if you are in a province, I'll give you a classic example, Marinduque, for example,
Okay, okay.
which is a third-class province,
Okay.
101% IRA dependent. Did they ever mention that there is a possibility that you will have no IRA, number one, because you cannot afford it. The state cannot afford to subsidize. Number two, is there a possibility that all the barangays will be abolished? Yes, because you have to save money. All the non-performing barangays, because these are all subsidies.
Yes, yes.
The 4th, 5th, 6th class municipalities, which are highly subsidized by the national government, there will be no funds by the national to be distributed. Everything will go to the federal. When it goes to the federal state, that means you collect the taxes of the state and distribute it among yourselves.
Yes.
But why will the big ones, the sources of money, let's say for example Cebu, ikaw ang source of money.
Yes, yes.
Why would you want to send money to Siquijor?
Okay.
Why would you want, which is highly subsidizable? So you have to ask yourself, we are 7,100 islands. There is a high possibility that if you remove the subsidies, and for me, Metro Manila will be the happiest.
Yes.
Why? Because most of the money
Is
is
here.
produced, not here, produced here.
Okay.
So what will happen? So Manila will say, okay, it's like having 3 sisters. One is a working 25-year-old. The other one is an 18-year-old.
Okay.
Let's call them Luz, V,
Minda.
and Minda. And Minda is 8 years old,
Okay.
7 years old. This one goes to work and says, okay, I'll work. The money I make, I spend. Thank you. This one, medyo pwede. May Cebu ako. Ito, baby pa eh. You tell them, solo ka. It will take you years to build the infrastructure. Ako sana makita ng mga ano natin na one of the major issues here is you need infrastructure before you can stand alone. Meaning to say, you have to be mature before you can earn money for yourself. Di ba?
Yes.
Just like tao.
Yes,
Di ba?
yes.
So, pag may downtime ka, so malulugi ka muna. Mag-suffer ka muna bago ka maging
Yes.
Di ba? It's like a fresh graduate.
Yes, yes.
You need to first go through the process
Yes,
before you can earn
Yeah.
big. Hindi naman pwedeng bukas pagpasok mo may pera.
Meron pera ka, yes, yes.
And another issue we have to consider, if they pass the BBL, what's the treatment? Pang ilang state yun?
Wait, I'll ask you this. They're talking about entitlement. You give subsidies for poor states. What do you think of that?
Yeah, okay yun. But where is it gonna come from? Ako naman, like I said, I'm not against it. I just want to be educated. Where will you source it?
Some people naman, some lawyers are saying, if we're going to become a federal state, why will I share my sources with
Exactly.
another state? I mean, we decided to be all on our own.
Exactly.
Kanya-kanya na tayo dapat.
Exactly.
So,
And my question is this. What if one state goes bankrupt? Who will answer for it? You made the national government, the federal government, weak. Lalo na may proposal pa na i-80% daw sa baba, 20% na lang daw,
Sa
10-10.
national.
Can the national government sustain protecting its territories with 10%
yes,
of the budget?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right now, it is 60%. You cannot do anything against China at 60%. Now, you go 10%, how can you defend yourself? Ito lang yung questions ko, no? Like I said, no? We're all patriots here. We love this country.
Yes,
we
yes.
want to protect it. But if we don't study it properly, baka magkamali tayo. Baka sa kagustuhan natin na yung certain interests mapush, instead of protecting us, we end up giving it away. Today, we cannot even get Sabah, when historically Sabah is ours. So the point here is being, how can you beat Malaysia at times 14? Their economy is times 14.
Yes,
our economy.
Yes, yes.
Number one, we have very poor military hardware compared to Malaysia. So if tomorrow, in a federal form of government, the Muslims, because they're bankrupt, our Muslim brothers are bankrupt, decides to, I'll just join the federal state of Malaysia.
Okay.
How can you
Stop them.
stop them and protect yourself?
And is there a possibility Malaysia will recognize them also?
If the way we are going now, that we will respect wherever the people goes.
Yeah.
How do you, di ba?
Are we strengthening our national unity by federalizing, or
that's
are we accentuating a form of tribalism?
Yun nga yung problem natin. Ano? I hope we should look at we should look at the sense of meron ba tayong nationalism?
Okay.
At the end of the day, we're all Filipinos.
Oo.
Period. Wala namang iba eh. Let's not classify ourselves with anything else. Pilipino tayong lahat. Mahalin natin ang bansa natin. Isang bansa lang tayo. Ang bottom line is, dapat ang solusyon na iniisip natin is how to unify the country, how to make it stronger. Ayusin lang natin yung allocation. For example, I was pretty much, if you just implement it properly, dapat pagka doon nang galing yung negosyo, yung source of income, dapat kolektahin na nila, send na lang nila yung portion ng national government. Yun lang dapat.
Automatic retention.
Automatic retention.
Okay.
That way, wala tayong away. Kasi nangyayari, send to the national government bago distribute. And then, everybody says, kaya nga natin kailangan mag-federalize. Next question, if you federalize, do you honestly believe it will stop? For example, if I am in this particular state, di parang na-divide na into, kumbaga dumami lang naman yung boss eh. Yun naman ang ginawa natin eh.
Yes, yes.
So pag dumami na yan, pag ang pondo ba umakyat sa kanya at naging kalabang kanya sa politika, ayaw niya i-release yung pondo mo, may magagawa ka ba?
Okay.
Where are you gonna go? Wala rin naman eh. So if you ask me today, marami siyang infraction. Marami siyang
Questions. There are so many questions to be asked,
problem.
no?
Yes. At marami siyang magiging anak.
Okay, we're going to pause for a few reminders. When we get back, Marty, with all these explanations you're making, is a federal form of government more inexpensive for the people, or it's really going to cost a lot of money for the taxpayers when we return?